he treated his wife like a queen in front of the public.
Man, that's scandalous.
There were a lot of things I ain't like about him too, though.
What was that?
I didn't just vote for him because he was black.
I didn't.
I did not, and I got tired of white people asking me that.
No,
but
I didn't.
I didn't like the fact that Obama cost me my job because he wanted to go green.
Well, yeah. I thought going green give him more jobs.
Nah, he wanted to go green.
It lost a lot of jobs in that oil and gas shit.
Trump just signed where we can the moratorium where we can start offshore drilling again. So now I'm back, but because of Obama wanting to go green.
Man, I know no president is ever gonna do it. But I was just really happy, man. I think he had. I was glad that he didn't embarrass us, man.
Yeah, I was happy.
The girls coming and fighting these boys, like, dude.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what
I'm talking about. That's gonna be one of my topics I talk about. Some of these girls come in fighting these dudes in school. Like the dudes, and they don't expect these dudes to retaliate.
You know why? Because we've been bred not to.
Exactly.
Yeah, but you still don't hit no woman.
You still don't hit no woman, but I'll tell you right now,
bro. There are ways you can stop. Talk about that, please.
Yeah.
Please talk about that.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Yeah, because I saw one in the subway. This dude slapped the living daylights out of him.
You know, send David to go get no ice. David might come back with something other than ice.
I know.
Well, it was cold. That's meat.
Okay. Saying that out.
No, I didn't vote. You know what? When I stayed in the Heights, my landlord, I had a homeboy. He's white, and I was looking for a place. He was like, "Rush, my mom, she has a place you could probably rent." So when my first initial visit, she was nice. This is the second thing she said. She said, "Yes, I love black people, this and this, but you know, I didn't vote for Obama." I'm like, damn, I didn't even ask you that. That's the second thing she said in our conversation. She was like, "I didn't vote for Obama."
I got tired of white people that I knew, that I wouldn't necessarily say were my friends, but I knew them. I got tired of them asking me, "Dallas, can I ask you something?" I'm like, "What?" Now, don't get offended. I already knew what was coming when they said that. So what you want to know? Did you vote for Obama because he was black or because you like his views? I said, I like a lot of his views, and I like the fact that he spoke his mind. He didn't tell people what they wanted to hear. He just said, this is what it's going to be.
But let me say,
so you didn't vote for him because he was black. Did you just hear me say why I voted for him?
No, she basically didn't believe it.
Even his second term, he ran against, what's the white dude?
Mitt Romney.
If a white person asked me that, I said, who the hell you thought the better candidate was? It sure as hell wasn't Mitt Romney.
That was what I say to a lot of these hotel conscious black brothers. They say that, you know, Obama, I'm like, okay, I get what y'all are saying, but who was better for the job and why didn't they step up? Number one, because nobody wanted to clean up that mess. Nobody wanted to deal with what Bush left.
Not the aftermath.
And to me, everybody, I know some people lost.
Herman Cain sure couldn't have done it.
Herman Cain.
Hell no.
I mean, they pulled a scandal on him in less than 3 minutes after he said he was running. It's like, I'm running, the phone rang. There's a chick on the phone you've been messing with. I mean, he couldn't even finish. There's a chick on the phone you've been messing with. We're going to expose you. Don't even worry about it. They couldn't find nothing on Obama. They was like, where did they keep him, in a cave?
But listen, no, I'm going to tell you the beautiful part about it. The Audacity of Hope in his book, that first book he dropped, he talked about everything. I snorted cocaine. I used to experiment with drugs. Obama. In that first book, when he was running, it was called Audacity of Hope. Let me tell you something. Obama's a calculated motherfucker, man. I mean, I'm just talking about just in what he did.
I think so too.
Oh, bro.
That brother raised $42 million for his campaign.
That's crazy.
And then paid off.
Didn't have to spend none of that.
And then paid off some of Hillary's.
Hey guys, we're back. This is the Influence on Texas 101 Jam. I'm Eslyn.
Mr. Rush, don't count me out, count me in.
Brad the Barber.
All I can say is Dallas.
All right, we have Rush's the minutes.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to tune in because I think last week, just scrolling on YouTube and being, going through YouTube and just looking at different stuff, just being nosy, I'm seeing where we are living in a different type of America. We're living in a different type of society, period. It's when I've seen videos of young ladies coming in the classroom, fighting on young men, and before you know it, it's a full out, it's a full out fight. It's a boxing match.
Girls and boys.
It's almost like it's a boxing match. The dude he punching the chick in the face, stomping her. It's a different type of society.
I can't believe these boys are fighting back with these girls.
We grew up, you girl come in your face, you might talk some noise. You talk some noise and everything. You get out their face, you might, say some stuff to them or hurt their feelings. You keep going, But nowadays, it's become a different type of animal. Just looking at some of these YouTube videos and seeing where these girls come in, they just call a dude a B and everything else. But so I guess one of my topic is for parents that have a young lady. What do you teach your daughter about stepping up to a man and trying to approach him as though you want to fight him like a dude?
Exactly, like a dude.
Because
these not stud chicks. These are girly girls.
These are girly girls. And, and some of these girls can knock these dudes out for real. It ain't no game. But then what do you tell your son about fighting the girl back,
right?
In reference to what's happened today, if the girl come up on him and everything. So that's kind of been going on now for a few. I've seen a bunch of videos. The girl come to dude's face, slap him, punch him, slap him. Next thing you know, he goes full.
Part of the problem is that camera's on. That's part of the problem.
It's the camera.
Yeah, so the camera, people turn into some of them kids. They get real tough when that camera come on because they can't back down. But I mean, not to say that that's the concrete reason, but I mean, I think I was always used to hearing the older women, like the mothers and the aunties, tell them girls, "You step up to a man, you gonna get treated like one."
Yeah.
Because they had to hear a woman. They told them, "You stay in a woman. You don't put your hands on no boy," because there's some boys that will hit you back.
Yeah.
And that's the reality of it.
It's
but as a boy,
back.
I was taught that basically you just got to take that.
Yeah.
If she hauled off and hit you,
yeah.
The most that we could do was I can go have my big cousin go come and beat her up. Oh yeah,
girl.
So I got somebody for you.
I got a lady for you. She got hands.
Yeah.
She gonna come deal with you.
Women are emotional creatures. Period. Okay, and I feel like a woman is not just gonna really want to fight on a man unless he done something to her. And a lot of these videos, a lot of these videos that you see the fight. You don't see what led up to the fight. You know what I'm saying? And I've learned from being almost stabbed by a woman, fighting for the knife for the woman.
What'd you
know
do?
What I'm saying?
What'd you do, child?
Because women are emotional, dude, and when they get in their feelings, you know what I'm saying? When they get in their feelings, they're going to react in the way that they know, and they're going to want to fight. They're going to want to cut you. They're going to want to fight you. Dude, look at this woman that ran over her husband. That doctor chick that ran over her husband. Women are emotional creatures, but my thing is this.
It was something to be forced.
If you really want to stop a woman from hitting on you, you could do it. You could do it.
You can just subdue it.
I guarantee you can stop a woman from hitting you, man, because I'm going to tell you like this. When you hit a woman, you're going to hurt her. I ain't going to even lie when you hit her.
Now, let me say something to you.
You can restrain them, but
there's some chicks
I'm not talking about them butch chicks. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about a woman, feminine. Dude. I'm not talking about no.
She's still a woman.
Come on, dude.
She done did
in her mind, listen. In her mind, she's not a woman, dude. In her mind, that's not no woman, dude. In her mind, she's a dude.
So you fight the stud.
Nah, to be honest with you, I'm trying
He's trying to make a difference between us.
I mean, how you not gonna make a difference between that? Because if you ask her, she gonna tell you you know what I'm saying? She walk around like a dude. She bigger than you probably. So what I'm saying is, if you don't, but them kind of chicks ain't finna mess with you unless you messing with a girly girl.
True.
But some of these videos I've seen be like a lot of like high school girls, man. Or,
High school,
you know, and it'd be like girls in the hood and they walking up on these dudes like and just like trying to swing
Hitting
on
them
them
for no reason.
Now my thing is that
just for the video.
I don't know. I like he said, I don't know what happened before the video, but I'm pretty sure all of them aren't a dude did something to make them do this.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Tell me a woman gonna walk around and just walk up to a dude and want to fight the dude?
Well,
These
whatever.
high
It could have been.
school-
It could have been an
girls.
argument. Whatever it was, it wasn't.
It's
It wasn't to the
different
point
this
where
time
she needed to go
These
walk up
girls
on this
are
dude.
different.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, this is a different type of society.
Like in the classroom, you saw the girl.
Different.
The boy kept trying to ignore and kept trying, and she
Yeah.
just. And finally, he picked her up and slammed her right. And I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
I mean, she got to do.
But she kept pressing. He was
She
trying to
slapped
leave.
him, called him all
Yeah.
kind of beats, slapped him again, punched him.
I can understand.
It's only so
I
much
can
that you gonna
understand
take.
all of that. I can understand that, brother. There's so much a brother can take. But just like I said, if you want a woman to stop hitting you, there are ways to stop a woman from hitting you, dude. That dude could have turned around, put his hands on that girl's chest, and pushed her to the ground.
He could have did that.
I
agree with
guarantee
that.
you she'd have went to the
I
ground.
agree with you.
And
You
when
push
she
him.
realized that dude was
Straight.
serious,
Yeah, you don't
she
have to
would have
hit
let
her.
that. You ain't got to
You
hit
ain't
no
gotta
woman.
punch no woman. You ain't
I
gotta-
don't
gotta
think you
knock
should.
no
I'm
girl
gonna tell you
out,
right now.
man.
You gotta
See,
punch no woman. You can
Me,
push
now
her.
see, when you asking us, of course, we're gonna say you shouldn't hit a female.
Yeah.
But we gotta also be realistic.
These
boys
millennials
ain't
now
trying
they
to
going through
hit
that.
it.
different.
These millennials now they growing up like they supposed to beat women, and guess what? You gonna mess around and hit the wrong one, and she gonna have about 7 brothers. Cause I see the video.
Okay.
Y'all see the videos where the dude beat up the girl. I've been watching the videos where the dude done hit the girl and got the dog shit beat out of him.
I think it's just both.
Oh yeah, I've seen those too.
Absolutely.
I think
You
it's
hit
both.
my sister. I ain't hit your sister, man. Yes, you did. Shut up.
Bow. Yeah, I've seen those.
So that's what I'm
I've seen
saying,
those
dude.
too.
You want a woman to stop hitting you, dude? Push her to the ground. Big face her.
Nah,
She'll stop messing
I
with
think
you.
you should restrain her. Really.
But wait a minute. What do you tell? Let's just keep it 100. What do you tell your daughter? What is the
put
advice
your
that
hands on
you
no more.
tell
I tell
your
my
daughter
daughter,
when
don't
you
hit
push?
on no
Don't push
dude.
your man. You
Boom.
You don't
It's
hit
gotta
on
be a
no dude.
foundation
It don't get that
type
serious where you got to
situation.
hit on a dude.
come get us.
But if a dude hits you, come get me.
It's going down. And that's what should. I'm gonna tell you right now, Ray Rice. I would have tried. I would have. I know he get paid to work out and lift weights,
Man.
but I'd have tested that.
Man.
And you know what? And I know that she's gonna go back to him. I know you're gonna go back.
course.
But you
Yeah.
spit on her and you cocked her.
Man, that's
Yeah,
total
I gotta see.
disrespect.
But you
I
know
gotta
what?
see.
I gotta see you on that
But
too.
but at the same time, I feel like this. All situations are different, and a lot of the time, I remember growing up, and you would have that one little girl whose brothers did not tell her what we saying. They just let her, and they know she out of control.
Yeah.
So then when you push her to the ground, now he hauled off and body slammed her. You be like, no,
He handled that situation all wrong. He never would have gotten caught had he not been in the I don't give a damn mode and left her and tried to drag her out the elevator. If he'd have picked that woman up in that elevator and walked out that elevator with her and just said she been drinking, dude, she passed out, they never
was on
would have looked at the
camera.
camera. But they never would have looked at those elevator cameras. But the way he drug her out of there, then they want to go back in there and then saw what happened. That's what got him. But I'd have picked her up and been holding her in my arms and been like, baby, you all right?
But you gotta
she drunk,
remember
dude.
on the camera before they got to the elevator when he was spitting on her.
See, but they never would have watched all of that had he not
But it's a
pulled out the
casino. You
elevator
got people
like
that are already sitting in front of these cameras. Like you got people that are paid to watch.
You talking about the
in
Ray
casino.
Rice? The Ray
Yeah,
Rice
they were in a
situation.
casino. I believe they was in Atlantic City.
They was.
So you got
Yeah.
people that sit in this room and watch the cameras. They saw
do.
it when it
That's-
happened.
that's what they get paid to
because
do.
the word is they got into it at the table, whatever table they was at.
That's why they watched Jay-Z and them too, because they.
That's why Jay didn't.
Solange
Jay knew.
Solange got into it with him as they were walking to the elevator.
Right.
And then when she got on the elevator,
She slapped.
Jigga Man said something to her and it set her
Right.
off, bro.
Right.
Yeah.
He said something to her. He said something to
But he
her.
knew that he knew.
He knew not to retaliate because
First of all,
I know what's
my
watching.
girl's sister.
First of all,
Right. And
I'm not
We
dumb.
made,
And I know why.
I ain't even mean to bring that clown up, to be honest with you, man, because I don't really want to talk about him, because I saw a video where this dude pushed the girl for taking a picture of him and nobody never said nothing. Look it up.
Was that way back in the day?
Way back in the day.
It was him and Benny Siegel.
He was in a they
was
at a
in
party.
Winston-Salem.
They was
I
at a
remember that. He
party,
pushed her.
and a girl took a picture of him and he turned around and knocked the camera and pushed her down. Ain't nobody nobody said nothing to him about that. This dude could get away with anything. That's why I don't really like that clown dude. I ain't gonna even lie. He got goons. Guess what? And he got goons, and I got goons too. So shit.
What about your boy? He kicked the old girl dead in the chest. What's his name?
You talking about Gates?
Man just got out of jail.
Gates?
Yeah, Kevin Gates. He kicked up.
Oh yeah, but you gotta know why. You gotta know why he
kept grabbing on his sack.
She didn't grab his piece.
Sack, yeah.
She grabbed his sack, and what you don't know as a woman, that shit hurt.
Yeah.
Right.
So he kicked her. Well, he should have kicked her because she wouldn't leave. You know, y'all gotta know how to stop.
Yeah.
Gotta know how to stop, man.
But see, my thing is this though. Okay, now are we going against what we just said earlier?
Okay. Yeah, I mean, don't kick me in the chest. But I mean, don't kick me in the chest. But you could have hit her in the face or pushed her. Dude, she grabbed him right now. She grabbed his piece. She grabbed him by the. No, he grabbed him by the part that hurt over and over again. And she kept doing it. He kept saying, "Yeah, he know." I ain't gonna sit there and say Kevin Gates should have kicked the girl in the chest.
I mean, he kicked her hard.
Let me take that back.
He did kick her hard.
He shouldn't have done that.
When your brother used to lock you out the room, you get
But it's a reflex.
He should have kicked her in the chest. But yeah, now what I really would have said when he kicked her, because he'd already been telling her to quit.
Right.
He kicked her. Now I'm not condoning that, but what I wouldn't have liked is if he kicked her then jumped down there.
He was on probation.
Yeah.
So
but if he'd have kicked her and then jumped down there and got on her, then that was all wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, but she, it's women do crazy.
I'm gonna tell you right now, but and see, to me, that's sometimes I get mad at
women do crazy.
You gotta be the man. You gotta be the stronger one. You should know. But it's only so much you can take. But
I know we human too.
So let me go on record as saying this.
Push the envelope.
If you want to stop a woman from hitting you,
If you
want to stop a woman from hitting you, there are ways to do it.
Too much, and
then they'll do this. So what you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you
And
gonna
you know what you do?
And you're like, you gonna hit me?
You spread your hand as wide as it can go, and you big face her to the ground, and you let her know.
I can personally tell you,
leave me alone, dude.
I ain't gonna push her head to the wall.
Have I pushed you off of me? Sure, I pushed you off of me, but hit, slap, punch.
Yeah.
I've never done that.
Man, you seen Tekken? Oh, you get.
Okay.
I'm telling you, push her off of you.
This is force right here. If you just come back right
here,
boom,
push her off of you, bro.
That's done deal.
Push her off of you.
And you're gonna be hurt by the fact that I pushed
you.
No. If she really upset, she gonna get up off that ground.
She might retaliate.
She gonna come
but
back.
let me tell you what most men do. Most men sitting in their house. You got the woman coming at you. You sitting in your house, and she's steady doing this. And do you hear me? You know what you do? You get your ass up,
walk outside,
and you grab your car keys,
and leave.
But you gotta hope she don't bury herself in the doors when she trying to leave.
Oh wow!
Nah, because you don't sit here and go. You don't sit here and go.
Be a coward.
You don't go. I'm finna leave. Yeah, but you don't go. I'm finna leave. What you do is you let her keep doing that, and you just get up. Because me, I keep my keys in my pocket.
That's true.
You just get up, and walk to the door. Where you going? And you just walk right out the door. Don't say nothing. By the time you get outside, it's over with.
Right.
Get behind this car if you want to.
Oh.
My backup camera didn't work.
I'm sorry.
Shut up. Oh my God.
Listen to all of y'all.
You hit me.
I'm not condoning that. Let me give you a disclaimer. We're not condoning being women because if you got a beater, you don't need her.
You don't need her.
If you got a beater, I suck in that emotion.
That's how I know the relationship.
If you got a beater, you don't need
her. No, that's right. If you got to hit up on your woman to say you need some respect, you definitely don't need.
Hitting on a woman don't give you no cool points. It don't make you a G. It don't make you a hard nigga. It don't make you nothing, dude. To hit a woman, it don't. It really don't.
Mr. Steven Fight is tuning in. Mr.
What up, Steve? Hillbilly in the house. Listen at it.
Hey guys, we'll be right back with Dallas.
Don't go anywhere.
Points, thoughts, whatever you want to call it.
What?
You have a fan?
I don't know. Go get a handed.
It is a little warm. I don't know if it's.
I got a serious little topic that we're gonna talk about.
Look, you got to put a sign right here. Don't plug anything up in here. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in.
Oh man.
Oh, next Monday I'm gonna bring a bottle up here. I'm gonna bring
Me
the
too.
grand. I'm gonna bring the
Me
grand
too.
gold.
Me
Stacy,
too.
What you bringing?
I'm bringing that
new lady?
Yeah.
the new
That
vodka
new
for the big
lady's
promoter.
I don't
The
think
Grand
so.
79 vodka. What you gonna dress like, Stacy? Saturday night. What you
I'm going
gonna?
in regular clothes.
Ah, you can't. Man, it's a Hades party, man. You can't come in no regular, regular.
I'm going regular, bro.
Hey, you know what?
I'm going regular. Whatever I got.
I don't know what you
You
doing.
know what I want us to do one day?
What?
On the day you are, which is a Wednesday.
Mondays and Wednesdays and Sundays.
Let's sit a couple
Or
of
are you
happy
just
hour
not driving
and just
home?
pass out
Which one?
under the influence.
We gotta get some stuff.
Well, I'm just saying like some cards.
Yeah, we gotta get some.
Yeah, I'll chip in with you.
Did you get my
Just, you know, we just
Like the business cards we had. Like
That's
I was
perfect.
like, I need to get some more of
that's
those.
perfect. I'm just saying
They
like
went out quick.
what I'm
But Shorty
saying.
still got hers.
Oh,
You
you had it
should.
on side.
I
Y'all
didn't know.
cool. Tell her to
I
give
didn't
you
know.
I had it
hers.
on side.
But like-
She ain't done nothing with them. She
Oh, I
got a
need
whole
to-
stack. Get it from her.
Like-
and then I'm gonna order some more.
like the next couple, like maybe not this Wednesday, the next couple Wednesdays. If you ain't busy, let's just
We can do that.
let's just
But
get
I'm
about
gonna
3
I'm gonna
happy
get some
hours.
more cards.
Boom, boom, boom.
Cause I thought about
Don't be
that.
sending me no
I can
pictures
get
of
some
what?
cards.
And we can
Cause
just
I'm
be
meeting
out.
so many people
Oh.
that I can just hand them a card.
And we can just be on Facebook Live.
Right.
Just hey guys, card, like that.
You gonna rattle?
Yeah.
When next time you making a batch or something?
You got with that?
Bro, I can't, man. I'm gonna have to.
Let me know.
I'm gonna have to. That means I'm gonna really have to go and really make it myself. Make the butter.
Because you've been having people ask you.
I thought you said Lance.
You haven't had any.
Nah, not really.
Man. Huh?
This party right here. Just showing up.
Oh, just showing up.
We just
Really?
showing up for this.
Yeah, just showing
Let's
up.
go get a thing. Yeah, I will party on the 17th.
Yeah.
You gonna be there at Dallas?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, we're just showing up.
Appreciate everything you did for me.
We just showing up.
Yeah, I'm sure right. I'll be there. I might come as LL. I got a big ass radio at the house. It don't work,
Do you?
but I got a big ass radio.
Hey, thanks for tuning in. We're back. Under the influence. I think someone jam. I'm Lynn.
Mr. Rush. Yo, yo, yo.
Brad the barber.
And all I can say is Dallas.
All right, we have Dallas thoughts.
Okay, so real quick, let's talk about this. It was a subject that came up at the barbershop when I was at the barbershop, and I
Got
took
that
on
radio voice on today.
I took on the whole barbershop. I took on the whole barbershop because they were trying to tell me that.
I know your voice was not that calm.
Okay, you see that? Yeah,
No,
yeah.
it is, you know. But here's the thing: the effect that's the media, not social media, but just the media has on people's opinions of people is what was brought up. And the subject that came up was Michael Jackson. They were trying to tell me, you know, that Michael Jackson was a pedophile, for one, and I couldn't convince them otherwise that Michael Jackson wasn't a pedophile and he was messing with those kids and he had issues. So I chimed in and I said, well, you know, yeah, he has issues, but I don't think he's a pedophile. I don't think he molested any of those kids. But they were saying basically because the media was saying that, you know, they had this and this and this, and I said, okay, well, let's think about it. Okay, so this is what we're gonna talk about. We're gonna talk about Michael Jackson. Do y'all think that this man was a pedophile?
Question it.
I don't think he
They
was.
found pornography in his little secret room.
Did they really?
All right, we'll go.
They
with it.
did?
So my thing is
It was
that
child pornography?
It wasn't.
like he
It
had,
was just
he had
Porn.
porn boy pornography.
It was porn.
Oh,
They
I
said it
didn't
was
know
boy
about that.
pornogaphy.
I never heard of this.
So
It was just
Me
porn.
either.
It was
No,
just porn.
they found that he had that little room. He had a room. That's why they seized. That's another one of the main reasons they had really seized it. Other than that's why that whole tour was going because they shut down and he had to move out. He was gone. He moved out his crib.
Wow, I didn't know nothing about
Yeah,
that.
we don't remember the investors of his
I know they pulled out.
so that tour that he was going on,
Right.
which
His
I know we're
last
getting off
final
topic.
This
tour.
is it tour.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
his last
so
little tour.
the investors. No,
Huh?
the investors that had used the money.
Yeah.
He had to do that tour to pay off the investors that were paying the tax and doing everything on his house. Like it was a bunch of stuff they had jumped down, but we're getting a little off. My bad. I don't know for a fact, but I do kind of question some of the things I heard. Like,
I mean, personally,
I just
for
think
me,
he was never able to be a
the
child.
I believe that too.
I've enjoyed his music. I think I personally think that too. That he was never able to really be a child. That's why he always played.
But they
with
said
kids.
Mike was a
That
different
was-
dude.
And see,
behind
that
those
was
doors.
my argument with them. So I'm glad I'm sitting in a room with a bunch of open-minded people because my argument with them was, one, you got to look at it like this. This man there's a difference. You were in the music industry.
Mm-hmm.
Still are, in the music industry, but there's a difference between a star and a mega star.
Yeah.
Mike is
Michael
a
Jackson
class of his
was-
own, dude.
Michael Jackson was 5 years old, a mega star.
Right.
At 5.
True.
So I told him, I said, now y'all listen to me. So at 5 years old, you want to go ride your bicycle.
Yeah, you could.
You want to go down the street
was
and
the
hang with your
breadwinner.
friends. You want to go over here and you want to do this. You want to go to the amusement parks. And you want to do all of that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
none of that.
But the only thing that you can do is play with your older brothers who are older than you. And
Right.
then you got a sister that's younger than you. She don't want to play with you because you're, a boy. You want to do boy stuff.
Right.
But you can't even walk out
Mike
into
was
the
always
mall
working.
at
At all.
5 years old.
At 5.
And you're always working in the
breadwinner.
studios,
Yeah.
doing this, putting on shows, doing that, putting on shows. So they said, so what you saying? I said, so listen,
He ain't been
Michael
born.
Jackson's body passed his mind.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you got a 40-year-old man trapped in a 13-year-old mind. A 40-year-old body trapped in a 13-year-old mind. Because I watched the interview that English man did with Michael Jackson.
I know, that was a setup.
That was the Indian.
That was the Indian guy. It was a setup.
It could have been a setup. It could have really been a setup.
Because
But you got a chance to
into
see
saying stuff.
You got Michael Jackson, but there are two things. I weeded out all the BS. And there were two things that Michael Jackson did in that video that proved my point. The first thing he did was he climbed up in that tree. And he asked that dude, don't you climb trees?
Don't you want to be a kid?
That is a kid that climbs
is a
trees.
kid, yeah.
This is a kid in the mind that has money that puts an amusement park in his house. You want to put an amusement park in his house? Because he can't go to Disneyland. They'll shut it down.
Exactly.
Well,
Okay?
But
He can't go to Disneyland. Then, the second thing, what I want you to do, because I like how the optimism comes from this side. I love it because he keep me on my toes. But listen, the second thing that he did was when he took that man shopping. He was in that store. Michael Jackson spent $6 million in the store. And this is how he was doing. This is how he was doing. He was walking with that man.
He stunned on Martin.
And he was like, oh, that's really nice and pretty like that.
He stunned on him.
Oh, I want to get 2 of those. How much are those?
Right.
Kids do that.
They do. Yes.
So when you're surrounded by yes men your whole life, yes, Michael, you can do
True
that.
indeed.
Yes, Michael, you can do that.
True indeed.
Yes, Michael, you can do that. Now, here's the thing that I proved to them. Well, then, how did the white boy know what his thing looked like? Okay, fine. How many times did your mom put you in the tub with your cousins? All y'all take a bath. So that means that as a kid, well, man, so then why didn't he mess with Emmanuel Lewis? Why didn't he mess with Macaulay Culkin? Why didn't he mess with Alfonso Ribeiro? Now, here's the thing. Michael Jackson. So why did he always keep the little ones around him? Michael Jackson said in an interview that I found on YouTube, real deep, he said on YouTube, that he keeps these kids at that age because they can't judge him. They just want to be kids.
Wow.
Right.
But as soon as you get to 12 and 13, you're watching the TV and you start to judge him.
Right.
All he wanted to do was have fun.
I'm gonna tell you what.
That's why he got rid of Repster. That's why he got rid of McCullen.
Because
they got older.
I see that. I see the connection in that.
Exactly.
But see the thing
But
that
it's still, somebody should have been there to teach him, like, even though you
Absolutely.
still got this childlike
Absolutely.
mind,
So-
you are a
Absolutely.
40 or 30-year-old
There's
man.
no way in the world
But
you
you're,
can't
again,
do this.
you're surrounded by yes men.
But look,
Michael Jackson bought a California King and another California King and had them put together. He had a special
all
made
the kids
bed,
could
2
lay in the
California
bed with
Kings.
him.
Now, mind you,
I know.
that some of those
But see,
kids
that's-
that were,
see, that's to
some
me,
of
that's
those
when
kids,
he's-
dude, that was in the
he's
bed with
pressing
him
he's pressing
were
the limit.
cancer kids that he had went
They
down from
were.
the
Yeah.
hospital.
They were sick
and he put
kids.
him because in his mind, I'm having a sleepover and
With
we're
the
all
kids.
sleeping.
But let me give you a
Yeah,
flip
and we're
side.
bad.
Oh, it's
I'm
wrong.
gonna teach you. I'm
It's
gonna
wrong.
give you a flip side.
But
Bitch.
in his mindset, we're just having a big kid
That's
sleepover.
right. That's absolutely right.
Here's the flip side, though, which a lot of this is. I believe I believe Mike had several personalities.
Of course.
You
I don't
said
think
several?
he did.
I'm gonna tell you, yeah,
He
because
did.
I'm gonna tell you,
He's
to
a
me,
Virgo, he did.
no, I'm gonna be honest with you. You gotta look at you gotta look at something like this. So okay, so come on, let's see, feel this for a minute. So Mike basically has been pro since he was
5.
I'll say prepping, but by the time the Jackson 5 hit,
Right.
I think he was just like a little bit older finally.
Right.
I mean, because they went years of working, Joe training them, doing
Right,
shows,
exactly.
riding around before they had got that Motown break. But my thing is Mike has been the breadwinner. One thing about Mike, everybody saw, and Mike was sitting back, he was a sponge with everything. The business, recording the music, all of that. So my thing is when I say he has different personalities, I have to be my age, number one. I have to be Michael, the brother. Then I have to be Michael, the singer. Then on top of that,
Kid.
I have to be Michael, that the one now I have to deal with my brothers not liking me or getting into it with my brothers because I get more attention this way or that way.
Yeah.
Then I gotta go through at some point now I gotta go through as I'm growing up, I gotta not disown my father, but by business, I gotta fire him, get him out the way. Because Mike did not come into his own until Off the Wall, because that was when he broke off.
Right.
You know what I mean? Now it's me. So my thing is that this industry, in order for you to be sane, you have to be able to be I would say a mental chameleon. You have to know because it's so many
that
different.
drive you insane.
So my thing is to
Insanity.
where the connection with what he's making. Okay, now when I can be Michael, and do what I want to do, which is relive my childhood that I didn't get to do.
Right,
I think those factors come in. But then let's talk about how the businessman Mike was. By the time Paul McCartney didn't know that boy was serious.
No.
I'm buying your rights.
Yeah,
I'm buying
exactly.
like Mike. They said Mike. I've heard this through several interviews. So when Quincy Jones just did this joint with Vulture, it didn't surprise me. Now I couldn't believe everything he was saying, but he was like, "Man, Mike wasn't no saint. Mike was stealing songs. I heard Mike used to do like
Cutthroat?
devious cutthroat business.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Mike was
So-
a beast.
So let me tell you,
So my thing is that I
Michael
think
Jackson
Take him
was
out
not
of
a
here.
beast. The people that the few people that he had with him
In his corner.
that were telling him what to do, he had the backing to do it. Michael Jackson, the reason why that little white boy turned on Michael Jackson, the one that got him.
Which one?
The one. There was only one. There were several of them that said they saw,
Well, he
saw
had a
but it was
few.
never proven. But there was one. The one who said he saw his thing. That
Right.
little boy. Now, what you don't know about that story is that his parents came to Michael Jackson, which brings up the cutthroat thing, came to Michael Jackson with a film script. Mike read the script and loved it. His people said, that's a waste of money. And he backed out $50 million. All of a
now
sudden,
he got a lawsuit.
Michael Jackson
Touched
molested
me.
my kid.
Right.
Well,
and he's seen
the
everything.
problem that happened with Mike was
Yeah.
when Mike, with the first boy, if you remember back in the early 80s, he was young. He couldn't testify.
The little
So
boy?
they waited till he got that certain age and they brought it back up.
Brought it back up.
But see, my thing is that I'm not even talking about, like, you remember when, if you watched the funeral and Al Sharpton, I think it was Al Sharpton said, man, because everybody said Mike was weird, and he said, man, he was talking to the kids, he said, I'm going to tell you right now, your dad isn't weird. The shit he went through.
It's weird.
So that's my whole point, is his
Right.
business. I think that if you give 5 different people, they have 5 different mics. Because some people you with this, I mean, come on, man, you talking to certain people in the business here, and then you get with these people over here, and then, it's just everybody fighting to get you. Your daddy wants your money.
Yeah, but
Your
you
daddy
got-
trying to get up.
You got guys now who actually got a chance to live their childhood, who top notch brothers in this music business.
Yeah, and he
they
did
don't
it.
have
They didn't
don't
go
have
through what Mike
the
went through.
personality. That's right.
Well,
That's what I'm
he's
saying.
not,
To my point.
he's not really
He
saying
got
that
that
Michael
at-
has split
he got it
at
personalities.
5
It's
years
just that
old.
he
I
knows
said
how
different
to
personalities,
blend in with his environment.
Yes.
Like if we
Yes.
be here, he can be
Yes.
this. He can be everything and still
Well,
be
well,
Michael.
well, let me
Still-
say something.
And
in
that's
all of
not a
his, in all of his
split personality.
I'm really
personalities that he
backing up what
was,
you're saying,
in all
but
of
I'm
his
saying that it was
personalities,
different sides.
It was
of
different
him.
sides.
Yes.
Yeah,
Come on, man. This dude bought
multifaceted.
Elephant Man
Like,
bone.
Well, let me
pretty
say
much
this
fit
even
in.
about the artists of the day. Let me just keep it 100. These dudes in the industry today, they ain't had to really go through nothing
They
in
didn't
the
go through what
spotlight
Mike
like
went through.
that. They ain't
No.
going through nothing
Mike
like
went
that.
through
That's
this
tough.
A lot of these
None of
cats
these
talk
cats.
about what
Yeah,
they
they
did when they
ain't
were
Maybe
kids.
Usher might be the
How
closest.
rugged-
Exactly.
Maybe
how
Usher, but
rugged
not
was.
like Mike.
Right.
Usher.
I'm just saying because he was so young.
Chris Brown was younger than Usher.
He was
when
16.
came
No,
out.
Usher came out when he was like 16 too.
Yeah, Chris Brown came
But
out.
I mean,
when
I'm
he
just
was
saying when you
14
that
years old.
young,
Yeah, he was young.
I'm just saying when you that young,
Yeah.
you go through a lot of stuff.
But
But
guess
it
what?
wasn't to what
You
Mike
right.
was going
You
through.
right.
Yeah,
You
Mike
right.
went through a
You right, my
lot.
dude. But look,
Mike
Whole
was-
you
lot.
can say Chris Brown and Usher was the closest. Yeah, no, they weren't.
They
This
weren't.
dude,
This
listen.
man
No,
went
I'm
And I
not
know what you
saying-
said. And I know what you
I'm
said.
just saying
that he
you
was,
could probably-
said he was
We talking about
young.
right now.
But when
Yeah.
he
Yeah,
sung,
this man.
when he
Yeah.
sung "I'll Be There" on the Phil Donahue show, Michael Jackson was 5 when he sung "I'll Be There" with the Jackson 5, and it went from the Jackson 5 to Michael Jackson and the Jackson 5.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
So
what
when
I'm
you
saying.
start doing that, yeah, the brothers
he
gonna
went
hate
through a
you.
lot
So
of
now
stuff,
he can't
man.
play with his brothers no more. So all of his adolescent,
His
puberty,
daddy control.
adolescent
Daddy
childhood,
control.
Daddy
all
control.
his daddy was
Come
beating on him.
Why did
His daddy
Janet
was
make
beating on him.
control?
And guess what?
Exactly.
Yeah, like
That's what-
these, like that's
Control.
why. And see, and if you look at that family is like, bro, that family went through a lot.
All of them, they all.
And it was so
all
bad,
right.
like they were like saying that they had, when they did that 23 Jackson Street video, they was like, man, we ain't seen Mike in like years.
Yeah.
Dude be touring for
Did
like
you see
years at a
Janet
time. We don't.
Jackson?
And they try to
That's
say
still-
it's not
that's-
her daughter.
that's still
they thinking that's
better.
her. Renee's
Denied.
the one from her
Yeah.
the bar.
The barge.
Did you see her daughter in that video?
Look just
like her.
Because at the end of the video, she's holding her kid. But she gave that baby to Greevy. They did
Yes,
that.
exactly.
They did that. Do
Trying
y'all
to save
remember
her
the
image.
video
Yeah.
on YouTube when Luther Vandross was singing to Dionne Warwick, "House Is Not a Home," when he did that show? If you pull up that video,
I remember that.
It's "The House Is Not a Home." He sung it live, and Dionne Warwick was there. They showed Janet Jackson.
Yeah.
She was pregnant then.
Well, yeah, but see, that was the whole thing.
Yeah.
That was supposed to be the
too
whole
young
thing.
That's right. When she
was with
it was
Joe.
Joe. But she caught Joe in the rumor was she caught him in the bed with a dude. But see, Janet Jackson still didn't go through what Mike went through.
No,
and she was younger than him.
No, but she was that close. She was a
star young.
They introduced her through Mike when they was young, dancing on the show.
Tester child, though.
But her, she started.
That tester child.
That's right. But she started young. But she wasn't.
But see, you
I want to say she was like
man.
9 when
Mike
she did
was,
Penny and Good Time.
Mike was something.
Yeah.
Mike was something
totally different.
Phenomenal.
He was
just,
I'm talking about
just crazy
what
out
Mike
of
was
this world type
doing,
of situation.
the way he was singing. I'm talking about, man, when you listen to how he sang "Who's Loving You" at that age, it's like,
yeah,
shit. Listen to "I'll Be There" at that age when he climbed them.
Like that boy, man.
So okay, so let's wrap it up.
Was,
so do you see the effect that
I question
society
it, though.
has?
I do question it though.
On how we view people. Because you got people now tell you point blank range Michael Jackson was a pedophile.
But we also turn a blind eye to a lot of shit.
We turn a blind eye to a lot.
We did it with Prince. That's the time where our honest self said, you know what, I'm just going to deal with the man.
Prince was a whore.
Prince was a whore. And he was a self-proclaimed.
No, but what I'm saying is no, what I mean
Prince was a whore. He would tell you he was a whore.
Prince was looked at as weird. Mike was looked at as weird.
So they both were
their expressions on stage got overlooked.
Exactly.
And they did things that nobody else could pull off.
That's right.
So it's like
it made it look good.
Yeah.
And you envied that like this.
I was like, you know, I never seen a nigga wear high heels.
I know, they
like
did.
And as a man, we overlooked that. We act like we wasn't seeing.
R. Kelly has changed behaviors, but they damn sure didn't look over the fact that he peed on that little girl.
See, that's
yeah, but you've seen that video.
That's
though?
a different.
They
overlooked them.
Nah.
Yeah.
Then he got the little girls kidnapped now.
As soon as that boy came out with you, as soon as he dropped, let me tell you something. No, they're of age. They're not kidnapping. No, they're of age.
And they've already said.
They're 18.
And look, the daddy that tried to come out, the daughter that's with R. Kelly said, "Why don't y'all stop tripping? Y'all drop me off over here."
Y'all dropped me off over here.
But look, her sister's a rapper. They was trying to.
Her sister's a rapper, yeah.
Yeah,
but
so they're trying to get something.
The media can make you think something, but to me,
absolutely,
somebody like Mike, you know, you like, come on, man, it's like. But there's some things I did question. I'm like, Mike, man was 16 years old.
Yeah.
You just holding this boy like a baby on your hip.
He had a lot of men around.
And
you know he a child. When he stepped in and hung his baby over the doggone bench,
he don't know better. He don't know better.
He thought that was so funny. He thought that was so cute. Like, look at my baby. I was like, oh my God, he's a kid.
And the only way he could be himself was when he was dancing.
But you see the way that boy jumped in on them Elvis Presley. He got on them rights too, I believe.
He jumped on a lot of
Elvis
stuff.
jumped in. Let me tell you something. Mike wasn't all innocent, man. Mike was a. They say Mike was a bad business. Like they say he could do some money business.
That stuff.
Mike was a beast.
That stuff about Mike being broke.
No,
I don't believe that because that man can go to China.
He showed you in that
one show.
He showed you
one show and sell out millions.
When he spent $6 million in that show, he showed you.
And let me tell you something else. That This Is It tour was going to make him
that was gonna get Never Neverland back.
And they knew they had to do away.
That was gonna get Never Neverland
because
they see
video was going to make him $1.3 billion.
Well, he had that. What was that song he had? Well, he was coming out against what was that? MCA or which company was that?
No. And they talk about that too.
Yeah.
I'm a conspiracy theorist sometimes, but no, he bought. He owned more of Sony and beat Tommy Mottola out. And he was over there in England and he said it. If you ever go YouTube that video, he said they never thought. He said nobody, including Tommy Mottola, never thought that I could beat them.
Right.
And they believe that possibly
he said that live on stage.
And he was over there because the lady was holding up a sign and said, "Fuck Sony Music" or something. So Mike said, "You know what?" He said, "I don't really tell my business." He said, "But you looking at the owner of Sony."
Yeah, he did.
He said, "And Tommy Mottola is a devil." He said he never thought in a million years that I could beat him because see he did what Prince was supposed to do.
Yeah.
Well, Prince had finally done it. That's when they killed him.
Yes. So that's why I was saying I'm a conspiracy. But if you get time, watch that. And when he told that, the whole crowd went crazy.
Yeah. I like what he told Oprah when they was talking about the Illuminati and all that kind of stuff. He said, "Let me ask you something. Why is it that over here I'm a bad person? I'm a pedophile. I mess with kids. But why is it that when I go over to the other side?" Then he said, "I better be quiet." You see that video? Look it up on YouTube. He said, "I better be quiet."
I believe Mike was different.
No, he was.
I believe Mike was saying motherfucker this. I believe the Gary, Indiana came out of Mike. He wasn't in front of them.
Okay.
For sure.
They said Mike wasn't. They said, man,
He wasn't as
in the video,
innocent
they said
as
he was tonguing, what's his name, down in the video. John Singleton said that when he did the Remember the Time? In that kissing scene?
Presley.
He said Mike was mannish.
Presley's daughter.
Imani. Was that Imani?
Imani. Yeah.
He said Mike was mannish.
I believe it.
He's a little managed. But he's a kid. Right then and there, he had hit puberty. So, of course, he was a grown body man.
Oh, you talking about
but in his mind, he was probably just not hitting puberty. And them women was, he was looking at women going, woohoo.
I need to go get this.
Man, I need to,
Y'all think I don't like women? No, I just don't like talking about business.
Yeah, for
Look,
sure.
he let you know, like, remember what Eddie Murphy said? He said, see, y'all didn't say nothing when Mike took Brooke Shields to the Grammy.
Exactly.
He said, but if I took Brooke Shields, Mike, I believe Mike said that off. Yeah.
But that's the effect that media
The
itself
media,
has. They're gonna let
paint
you.
the picture,
They're gonna paint the picture for you, and people don't think outside of the box. They'll just take what the media is saying because if the media is saying it must be true. Absolutely not. You know what I'm saying? Let's wake up and try to be more conscious about what we got going on.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
I went back to my radio.
Did you see when that girl Kylie Jenner Instagram stock plummeted? Kylie Jenner made a statement on Instagram. She said, "I hate Instagram." She said, "I hate Instagram," and they stopped within that one day, plummeted so low.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because she made her opinion affected the way
Bro, let me tell you something.
society
man.
thinks.
Let me tell you something, man. And they were talking about those girls because all of those Kardashians, except for the one that you hear about, and I hate really even talking about these girls, but we're talking about something bigger. But this, like what he's saying is right because these girls right now, they have trained these young girls that are watching, go after the rappers, go after the basketball players that look like this.
Yeah.
I mean, and I know that's been going since the beginning of the time, but now it's really going into full motion because this is what they see on their phone, on TV.
Instagram, and you'll see people just posting their
Bruh.
bodies because they want. You see the basketball player flew the girl down there and she took pictures of everything in his house. And then it's just, listen, but the best.
And they're sharing the same Kardashian. Everybody's sharing the same Kardashian.
But the hustle of that family
It's
my
the mama.
She taught them
the pimp.
girls.
She's
She
the
taught them
biggest
girls
pimp.
how to get it.
Well, she had to
She
make
is
do.
the
She had to turn that
taught them how to
video
get it.
into
Profit.
because
Now, have you noticed nobody else's sex tape did as well as Kim Kardashian's did? Mimi got slandered for hers.
what's the name? That Paris Hilton show.
Paris Hilton was the first one.
Paris
Yeah,
Hilton,
but Paris
she
Hilton that was
hanging all
attacking her.
over
Mimi.
She was just out there. But that Mimi and what you call him, man? Come on, man.
I
They
know.
got their $1 million
That stuff is
and they
stupid
just,
to me,
you know what I'm
man.
saying? And she
Okay.
got a
Stuff
daughter
is
too.
stupid.
And somebody gonna show her daughter that video.
I know, right?
Hey, look, your mama wasn't all that bad.
Your mama.
You see how much of a hoe she was.
I just want to let you know your mama was a shower
Mama,
curtain.
why was you on the shower curtain?
Shower curtain,
Okay.
but your mama. That's all I want to say about it.
Man, these people have this reality TV
It's taking over.
has ruined the reality.
Yeah, it has.
And to me, like I get so mad at Mona Scott. You know, you can't be mad
She's
at somebody
exposed.
that gets her
Can't be
money.
mad at
But
her.
what
She's
the reason why I'm mad at her, I'm gonna tell you the reason why I'm mad at her is if you know her story, she came up through hip hop. Woman that made the way. That Violator was her and Chris Lighty together.
Okay, exactly.
Violator was her and Chris Lighty.
Got you.
She been down since when rap was conscious.
Got you.
So being a black woman,
She turned
Come on,
the
man.
she turned the
hey,
page.
look, if Jim Jones and them don't want to do that shit no more, that should tell you something.
And his wife, well, the chick he been with for the longest, she come up in hip hop too.
Who?
Yeah,
His Jim Jones, the chick that Jim Jones.
Oh, you
is
talking
with,
about Chrissy.
She come up in hip hop, man. Shot somebody, all kinds of stuff,
but
bro.
my thing is that Mona came up in the office at the desk back when Violator was back when they said we're gonna manage and take care of our own. Back when
Right.
everybody thought Violator was a record label.
Right, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like they spawned off in the height of independent, stuff going on in the business. But to me, I'm just a little disappointed in her because it's like, come on, somebody got to take a stand. Like,
Nah,
Well, you know what happened?
cash.
You know what happened? She saw what America was already putting out there. They putting out reality shows. You know what? I'm gonna expose these black women. They'll jump on it.
But,
you know,
but
I can expose the hip hop community.
I don't disagree, brother. But
You
check
know.
this out. Mona Scott is doing what the devil does. Okay, now listen to what I'm saying. She's not exposing anybody. She giving them a platform,
Of course.
and they exposing themselves.
But see,
I'm gonna tell you why. Because
you said it first.
Jim
the
Jones
devil.
got out
I'm
of it.
disappointed in you because you know better. Like the same devils that you had to fight through as a woman in this industry.
Yeah.
Because she went through hell and high water. So my thing is like, come on, come on.
Let me say this to you. I'm disappointed.
If she wasn't doing that, if she was not giving them a platform for them to embarrass and humiliate themselves, Jim Jones and his woman would have still been on there because they was getting paid.
People, but what I'm saying is,
you know what's going on.
But you doing
come
this
out of that.
You
That's
dangling
right.
the meat. But see, my thing
that's
is,
the thing.
But
That's
you
what I'm
have no.
telling you.
But the fact that you calling her devil, that.
I didn't call her.
You said she does what the devil
I
do,
said
right?
she's doing what the devil does. The devil does not make us do anything. He put it in our head and we run with it.
Bro, we have.
So what have we said about Mona Scott then?
She's giving them a platform. She's
So what do
giving
you
them
think-
an idea.
so what do you think about
and they're
her-
running with it.
Well,
She's giving them smoke and mirrors instead of
So what do you
educating.
think about her as a black woman giving them that platform
I'm
to run
disappointed.
with?
I'm disappointed in her.
Okay,
That's
She
what
should
I
not-
said.
That's what
she
we're trying
should
to
That's
not
all I was
even-
saying.
She should not even want she should not even want to show
I mean,
black people getting
we were just
exploited,
discussing
'cause
last
we going
week when
through-
y'all
we
were
going through it
talking
already.
about just positive film on TV any damn way.
But to me, I know a lot of people. I know T.I. Everybody has their problems behind closed doors. But I like his concept of his show.
I did.
You know what I mean? Because
because
he was doing.
I like
trying
his
to
show.
put his show, trying to put his kids. Look,
I'm
you
a
gonna
father.
hustle.
I'm a rapper.
Just because I'm a
I'm a
rapper don't mean
businessman.
you're gonna be sitting around here and you're not benefiting. You know what I
Right,
mean? It's like, and then he showed you his life. Because we watched dude break down and cry when he went to jail for the second time.
Yeah.
But see, my thing is he took control. No, this is what I'm gonna do. This is the platform I want. And if y'all not
Exactly.
meeting this, then we're not doing it. You know what I'm saying?
And-
Love and hip hop should not be called love and hip hop.
Should not.
It should be called love and mayhem. Because it ain't nothing.
It should be
But-
called
Oh,
dumb.
serious.
It should
But-
be called
Yeah.
Dumb and Dumber.
Right, it's so
And
it get on
Dumb
my
and Dumber
nerves.
too. Yeah.
Because that show, and she's sitting back and she's planting the seed and she's letting them.
Well, here's
grow
another
out.
thing. You
That's
see the
that.
agenda that she's actually planning on every show. It's about not the definitive one, the gay agenda. She pushes that
And that's
to the
what I'm
utmost.
gonna
On
show you.
every show, she pushes that agenda
Oh,
on
no.
every love and
We ain't
hip hop
got
show.
to
She
tell you, bro. That's a whole
she
nother story.
talks
You only
about
got
that.
10, you only got 10,
She
you got
pushes the envelope with
10.
that.
But let me also bring this up. She don't really run nothing. To me, I think she had good intentions when she started this.
Right.
But as they found the formula for that money to come in, which is the mayhem,
You got to keep doing it.
you got to keep doing it. So if you notice, like the real people, like she was doing something good when she had Chrissy Jim,
Right.
Fab's girl on there. That's when I was watching.
Yeah, that's
Me
what
too.
I watched.
And I'm not gonna lie, I think Stevie J's funny as hell. So he
I know you
tickles me
like
to
him.
death.
Right.
I just think he's funny. But at the end of the day, it's all stupid shit. Like I haven't watched the episode. I can't tell you the last time I watched the episode.
Right.
And they
Exactly.
It's been years.
Then of course they had to spin off Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, Miami. Next thing you know, it's gonna be Love and Hip Hop Huntsville, Love and Hip Hop Conroe.
They tried to do
Love
it
and
here.
Hip Hop
Right.
Fort
Yeah,
Ward and all
Yeah,
that.
I heard something
they
happened
couldn't do it here.
while they were filming here.
James
Yeah,
ain't gonna
and then-
never
I think
let
a
that
shooting
happen,
or something
bro.
They had a
Yeah.
shoot.
They popped
it
trunks.
was they
It's
popped
Houston.
off.
They popped
Yeah,
trunks.
it was a different type of
Bruh.
situation.
They
Bruh.
pop trucks.
And see, that's
You
my
can't
whole
be
thing with
doing
somebody
that,
like
'cause
Mona
here
Scott.
we got real beef, son.
I'm disappointed
Real
in
beef.
Mona.
It's real
It's
beef.
real
This
beef.
ain't that
We're
studio.
not finna act like we got
Nah.
beef, because there's
She
some
know
real
better.
beef here.
Yeah, it is.
I'm disappointed in her because she should not,
It is.
like I said, she should not want to exploit the black people. But then this is the flip side of that coin,
Money
because the
coming
white people gonna say,
That money
well, I mean, look at the housewives of Georgia and the housewives of this.
Oh,
they white
my
women and they
God.
just as messy. But guess what?
They are.
Trash.
For us
They not
to
gonna look at them
for
like
us
that.
to already be in a hindrance position, why make it worse because you're trying to fight over the same dude, or you trying to fight over the same chick, or you trying to do this like that Black Ink, that tattoo show.
I
mean,
started
I
watching.
used to watch
I
that.
look at
I
it.
used to
I
watch
started
it.
it, but
I used to
it
watch
went
it
the
long
same
time
way.
ago.
Now
It
just
went
as
somewhere
stupid.
else. I
It's just
stopped.
as
Just as
stupid,
stupid.
yeah.
So
I stopped
to
watching
me,
it.
the reality shows. I just cannot get into the reality shows anymore because to me it's just another way for black people
to be explored.
Like, because Diddy did the same thing with that. He did the same thing. The only difference is
which one?
They sold two of them sold records.
Oh,
you know, a few groups sold some records, but making the band, he was exploiting them people too.
Well, you know,
he was doing it in a different way.
Dupree doing it too. He's doing
the rap gang. I actually look at that show.
The rap gang.
It's an actually
there's
cool
a chick from
Houston.
Show. There's a
Lil
chick
Bree.
from Houston.
She's so Houston. Shout out Lil Bree.
Yeah, shout out Lil Bree. Yeah,
that's why I like Smitty Spread Love. Hey, shout out to Smitty Spread Love. That's why I like that. He got some positivity.
Very positive.
I can get behind that, man.
Yeah.
I like
very positive young man. I like his music. What he got to talk about.
Next time I'm back on the show, which hopefully it'll be soon, I'm gonna talk about this organization that I started.
You'll be back on the 5th.
We'll be back on the 5th.
Talk about the organization now. We got 10 minutes left on the show.
You got 10 minutes.
No, I got it. I'm gonna use it for my little segment, I guess.
Okay.
I'm gonna have more stuff going on.
Okay, for your segment. That'll work. Yeah. All right.
I'm gonna get people to join. It ain't gonna cost you a dime.
Okay. Well, we're going to play a little old party, and then we'll be right back and close the show out.
Done.
Mm-hmm. I really need to do a live joint somewhere.
Huh?
We do a live joint somewhere.
A live show somewhere?
I mean, put the microphones up, set up the camera. We could just get somebody at one. You know, we can work something out. You know, just the advertisement. The cold key is to be seen. So sometimes you step outside the studio. I mean, I know that
you know what you ought to do? You know what you ought to do? You ought to seriously consider. What's up, man? You still at work?
I still we should go
Huh?
say
That's what he was just saying earlier. We should go out.
Like, say if we set up
out flyers.
No, I'm talking about like actually do a show. Like, say if we did a show at.
Okay,
outside
I'll do a radio show from 6 to 8 on Monday.
Because
you're on a break right now.
And then we have people like we do this.
Exactly.
We have them come on, but we got to plan.
What I'm saying is to piggyback off what my man said. If you really want to do something live, MOB's anniversary party is coming up, and I know that the president. It would be cool for us to just men on bikes.
Yeah,
it would be cool.
But we gotta get a camera guy.
We got a camera guy.
I'm gonna tell you right now, we
gotta
get a
be like a live. We have to do a live feed where all of us plug in on it.
He's got that, and I'm sure that he'll do it. And we could go to their anniversary party. And what'll happen is...
This is a biker anniversary.
Yeah, what'll happen is, there's so many of those guys, and they do it so big at their anniversary parties, for us to show up and do a live recording at their show.
But you know what?
You're
talking about kind of like what you took me to?
It's going to fall, it's going to fall.
It was big.
What's going to happen is, Texas One-on-One Jams is going to get invited to another, because in the biker community, the bigger clubs compete.
But we're not going to do it.
Only problem is we can't bring...
We're going to do it under the influence.
Yeah. Under the influence.
Yeah.
Same thing.
But my thing is
it's still the radio.
Instead of radio,
yeah. And if you want to do that, I can get with Sensei and set that up.
But if we do that with this,
upload it to YouTube.
then it has to. We gotta pay the $250.
But my thing is, we got
because it's $250 for Go Get It to come out,
and see that,
and he gonna run it through this.
And that's the only thing. But my thing is we need to negotiate that.
Tell me what you
pay that.
We got mics. And I got a cameraman who has camera capability to do what you need.
Do they have a board?
He's got a board.
What's it called? What's his name when you go on the podcast? What's it called? Oh no. What's the thing?
So look, tell me what you need.
But they got the thing that does all that. It's like it drowns out because you gotta make sure that.
So the soundboard. Is the soundboard?
Tell me what you need.
An interface.
Okay.
Interface.
Tell me what you need.
Interface.
Tell me what you're trying to do. And I'll make it happen. I'll make sure you have my number. That way you ain't got to go through rush no more.
I know. I've been asking for the longest.
Oh, you did?
I've been asking for the longest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boy don't want to give up the
He didn't
plug.
want to give up the plug. That's what
I'm
it
like,
is.
give me
You know how
Dallas
niggas do.
info. I'm
He don't
saying,
give
give
up the
me
plug.
Dallas info. Give me
Oh,
Dallas
See,
info.
he never told me that. He told me that you reached out to him, and I'm like, well, why she didn't ask me for my number? Now I
You
find out
asking
that
the
you did.
same way
Because that nigga,
Well,
that's
same
Rush.
way I'm
Rush has shut the
Y'all
plug
was
off.
here,
He
you
shuts
ass
the
money.
plug off.
Don't rain on my motherfucking
Ain't no,
parade,
I still
nigga.
love you,
Right on
bro.
you, dude.
I still love you, bro.
You
But
know,
I'm
that's the one
saying-
called it out.
I'm like,
I mean, he peeped it right off. You
I'm
try
like,
to close
I'm-
it, he don't want to give up the plug.
I'm like, I've been saying for
Shut
the
up,
longest.
Dallas.
Give me Dallas
all right, my
info.
bad.
He said, shut up.
Give me Dallas info. Give me Dallas
give you
info.
I was just joking.
Like
So
real
So
talk.
tell me what you need. and
What
I'll
is
do
the
it.
biker?
We just need to make sure.
Yeah.
We're gonna have plenty enough time because
We need
MOB's
to interface
biker event is
Hey, thank y'all for tuning in.
April.
This is Under the Influence on Texas 101 Jam. I'm S. Lynn. We want to thank y'all for tuning in tonight.
Brad the Barber. Y'all know me.
And yeah, this is Mr. Rush. Don't count me in. Count me in, man.
Count me in.
all I can say is Dallas.
All this is that.
It's Rush, Mr. Don't count me out.
Count me in.
Don't count me out.
What did I
Boy,
say?
Don't count me in, count me in.
Oh,
It's, Rush.
it's late.
Yes.
It's Rush.
Come on in, Paul.
That crush lean, as I call it.
It's
that
Rush,
crush,
don't give
that
up the
crush
plug.
lean. Yes.
That's his
all right,
name. Rush,
y'all.
don't give up the plug by any means necessary.
Okay.
Don't count him out, count him in.
Yeah, sure. But thank y'all.
That's what y'all today.
Tune in next Monday.
Slow dance. And oh yes, it's free.
slow dance.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
yes.
free. Against the
So you know
wall.
they coming
That
now,
old
it's free.
school. That old school against the wall dancing.
Yeah,
Crowbar.
that's it.
Y'all remember that?
Saturday.
All right.
Ladies party.
Thank y'all for tuning in.
Man, it's hot in here.
It is hot.
Man, we on that
Can't do the
car.
9th to 10th.
Yeah, I was like, man.
That's my birthday.
I
My
already know.
birthday's
I got a
the 10th.
cigar lounge I really wanted to go at.
That would
Hey
be
guys,
cool, too.
thank y'all for tuning in.
Is what-
Come back on Monday.
There's
Under
a
the
couple out
Influence
here,
on
that's
Texas 101 Jam.